Is it back in? With you in a second, guys. Just quickly checking this and setting it up. Okay. Go on to that now. There. Oh, at last. At last, at last. Let's try again. That's right. Take two.
Cut.
Yeah. It's very pixelated though, isn't it? It's right. I'm just seeing it clear on the camera, on the phone. But on the
Take time.
laptop, it's really pixelated.
But if they can see us clear, so it doesn't matter in your laptop.
Okay, here we go. Edwin, let's try again. He says, laugh, 555. Big C, looks better. Big C, is that the one on the ring road?
Big C Lotus. Macro.
Big C looks better. John, hi. Hello, hi John, how you doing? Gemini Star, problem solved, hooray. It's a real pain though, because
you
take time to set up a nice little thumbnail, the timing's done, everything. You do it, and
sometimes things happen.
then YouTube says, get out of here.
Sometimes things happen. Just chill, relax.
Okay, survive.
Okay, don't get wild up with little thing. Okay.
Okay.
สวัสดีค่ะ John.
John F. France. John's in France. Really? Oh, John. Hello from Buriram.
บุรีรัมย์ South of อีสาน
FR. I wonder what that is.
FR French
Hello from
France.
Oh, French guy in Buriram. Maybe. Maybe. Mountain
How
Man.
to
Much
say?
better. Cheers.
Bonjour.
Gary says hi. Gemini Star must be new gimbal. It is. I've used the gimbal once, maybe twice, and I've just left it because I've not had time to play with it.
We
But-
still not good with it yet.
The gimbal was working fine.
Yeah.
The picture on the phone was fine, but YouTube decided that it was going to set it up as portrait instead
Because
of
of
landscape.
YouTube, yeah.
Blame YouTube. YouTube. Terrible.
They should do what they want.
And they've been cancelling loads of people's accounts just recently. Terrible people. No, I'm joking. I can't say they're terrible because it is free after all. 14 days. Gary says 14 days. You'll be in Udon Thani. Is that right, Gary?
I are in Udon.
I are in Udon 14 days time. Well, if you are coming to Udon, Gary, give us a shout, let us know, and we'll meet up for a coffee. Big hello from London, says Vodka Dave. Wazza is back with us, thank you, Wazza. Wazza Oz. Normal transmission resumes. We'll hope so, anyway, we'll see how it plays out. It was a mistake.
Thank you for 27,000 people.
Oh, the FR must have been a mistake from John.
Okay.
No problem, no need to apologise, John.
30,000 people, can I have a like, please?
Eindhoven,
Thumb up, thumb
the
up.
Netherlands.
Thank you. 14
days. Yeah, Gary will be here. Gary, give us a shout. If you want to meet up for a coffee, you might not. You might say, don't want to waste my time meeting those two. You never know.
We fed up with you.
Exactly.
No.
But if you want to go for a coffee and have a chat, let us know. And today we've been out with some subscribers, haven't we?
Yeah.
Had coffee at the
Lovely
Good Days.
couple.
Really nice people, really nice. And the guy's got such a story to tell. Fascinating story. I'll give you, here, listen, you don't know who the guy is, okay? I'm not letting any secrets away. But one day, him and his Thai partner were flying back into Heathrow. They landed. Everyone was told to stay in their seats. The stewardess said, says, would you come with me to him? And escorted him off the plane, standing at the bottom of the stairs, armed guards waiting for him. It was just a nightmare for him, it really was. All a big mistake, but there you go. And like I say, really interesting guy from North London.
35,000 people. Hi.
Politeness Man, what a great name. Politeness Man, I hope you are. Hi from Tasmania, just Australia.
Little island.
Yeah, off of Australia.
Tasmania. Yeah.
Tell me, Politeness Man, are there really Tasmanian devils running around out there? If they're anything like that little cartoon that I used to watch, that was a little nightmare.
Gonna spin again, don't touch too
No,
much.
I'm just moving it up a little bit.
40,000 people.
Excellent.
More like, please.
Oh, FR was a mistake from John. No problem, John. I guess that, yeah. Hello again, says Bill. Bill's back in. Second time tonight. Lovely of you to show up for the second time, Bill. We will get the hang of this one day, believe me. We really will. And the volume's okay, I'll take it. Everyone can hear us okay, because I think we might have got the mic problem sorted out. If someone can just let us know if that's a really good volume. If it's not, I can turn it up a little bit. We found out how that works properly. Yeah, Gary says he will get in touch. Excellent, Gary. Send us an email, theisanfarang@gmail.com. Southern Farang, hello from the Gold Coast, Australia. Just back from Thailand after a 2-week visit. Wonderful. I hope you're planning your next trip already. Focus on Asia, that is.
Some people, when they come here, they're happy with it. Soon as they
No, it
get
wasn't. It
back
was Southern
to
Farang.
the UK, and then
Yeah.
they book it straight away.
Yeah, making their plans. That was Southern Farang, by the way, who's just got back to Australia from Thailand. Gemini Star, thumbs up. Focus on Asia. Hello from Chiang Mai. Off to Ho Chi Minh tomorrow. Oh,
Chi Minh,
wonderful.
Vietnam.
I can't wait to start doing those trips. Still a bit busy here, but
When you get there, just say, "Good morning, Vietnam." You know, remember that?
that film, yeah,
Yeah.
it was a great film. The music in that film was wonderful. It really was. Absolutely wonderful. Hi from Norway. Eivind, I think he pronounced it, maybe I got the pronunciation wrong. But hi, Norway. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. Sammy says, hello, Wazza. There's a lot of little devils in Australia. I'm glad you're from Australia and you're saying that. I couldn't say that. Being an Englishman could cause problems. Vlad says, hi, do you still trade Forex? Yes, I do trade Forex. And Pook does as well. Taught Pook to trade, and she managed to do it successfully much quicker than I did.
My favorite pair, GUGJ.
So yeah, if you're interested in, pound Japanese yen she does well on. If anyone's interested in the Forex trading, have a look at that website, which is uk2asia.com. UK, number 2, asia.com. I'll try and keep it away from here as much as possible. That's the website for that. Let's have a look. Yes, I've had devils in my yard. They are scavengers, not vicious. Huge bite pressure. Do you hear that, Pookie? Those Tasmanian devils, he's had them in his yard. And they've got a really powerful bite, like a pit bull or something like that.
Yeah.
But he says they're not vicious. Oh, okay. Bill says everything good. Thank you, Bill. So the sound's all good.
Thank
We're all
you.
right, Pookie.
Thank you.
Pookie. Oh, Pookie's just going to put up a little link to the trading website if anyone's interested. Sound is good, says Kevin. Thank you, Kevin. Michael says, greetings to you both from Blackpool. Blackpool, I haven't been there for such a long time. Did you ever visit Blackpool?
Once, I think.
Yeah? I went
Yeah.
there before me and Pook met each
Long times ago.
other. Long
Yeah.
time ago, yeah. Long time ago. Is it getting a bit chilly there now in Blackpool? You've had a good summer, I've heard, but probably getting a bit chilly this time of year. Kevin says, hello Pook and Kev from Northampton. In fact, the guy we met today, he spent some time in Northampton. He bought his first house in Northampton. And he was commuting down to London, working in London.
Now he fell in love with Udon.
Yeah,
Udon
he's settling down here. But fascinating guy. He worked for the French Space Agency out in, can't think what it's called, French Ghana. And he was working for the French Space Agency out there. Fascinating guy, really interesting. You meet some real interesting people here. And that's why I always say to you guys, if you find yourself out here, if you want to meet for a coffee, we're always meet people. We love it. Because you meet so many people from different walks of life. It's wonderful, it really is. It's a massive education.
The dog's starting.
Don't worry about the dogs. There's dogs live over the back, over that way. And they get so excited when their owners come home. They usually make this weird howling noise. But we're going to get a super soaker far over the wall.
สงกรานต์กัน
It's got to be a powerful one because it's a long way off. Right, what else we got? From Northampton, we got that. Hi, from Walsall says, Sean, love your vlogs. Thank you, Sean.
ขอบ
Pleased
คุณ
you're
ค่ะ
enjoying them. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup.
Any flooding in our area? No, we're not too bad here, are we?
No.
What happens is when you get those really heavy downpours, who was that, Bill? When you get those really heavy downpours, the road outside here floods because the drains fill up. And it goes about, 5-6 inches.
Yeah.
But then as soon as the rain stops, it doesn't take long for it to run off down the end
And
of the
dry
street
off
and off to the
quick too.
wasteland down there. There's a lot of open land down there. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. And the rain seems to have eased off now. I think we're through the rainy season. Getting a bit chilly in the mornings. We're heading into winter here. So you start to see people coming out with woolly hats, scarves, gloves, coats. Honestly, My mate is an Englishman. I'm not going to mention his name on here. I spoke to him on the phone last night. He's probably watching this, and if you are, I'm not going to mention your name. I nearly said it then. But I spoke to him last night, and he said he was sitting in his house. Okay, obviously you don't have heating here or anything like that. He's sitting in his house watching a film. He's fully dressed, but he's got long trousers on instead of the usual shorts, and a coat on, a coat, while he's sitting watching the film. And his wife was laying in the bedroom messaging some of her friends. They've got a works reunion going on, and she's got a woolly hat on in the house. And we're here on the balcony tonight, shorts and t-shirt, and it's still a nice temperature. It really is.
If you cold, you need more cuddle.
Hi, just Freddie, Thailand. Thank you very much for joining us, Freddie, one of our regulars. Thank you so much. Sounding great, says Gemini. That's great. I'm glad we got that mic problem sorted out. Really good. Really, really good. Oh, Pook, you can see Pook's put up the UK2Asia.com link there if anyone's interested in Forex trading. But disclosure, and I should always say this when I mention that, and the fact is that most people lose money trading Forex. It's not easy. The trading strategy is easy, but what goes on in your head, the fear of missing out, the greed, the euphoria, a lot of people have trouble controlling it, and that's why they lose their money. But the strategy we use is very good, and it works. But just be aware of that. Most people lose money when trading Forex. Okay, let's see what we got here. John says, oh, as soon as I've seen the first line, it's just made me laugh because I've seen some of the sites. Blackpool, okay, world renowned, well not world renowned, England, North England renowned for stag doos and hen nights. So John says, went on a stag do in Blackpool, worst weekend I've ever had. Oh no, John, I've seen some of the sites up there when I've been passing through. It was the company, not the place. I know. People just go, those hen nights and stag doos, they're really messy sometimes. Messy, really messy. But then again, saying that, I can remember going out, a mate of mine, he owned a pub in Belvedere, which is just outside of southeast London. And he used to arrange stag doos down to, where did we used to go? Margate and places like that. Southend was a popular one. And that was the same. That's similar to Blackpool. They used to get a bit messy as well. What else have we got? Jason. Hi, Jason. Thanks for joining us. Thank you. Jason says, hi, Pook. Sorry I missed you when I met Kevin. So sorry about your dad. So remember I met up with Jason and had a chat with him. And
Which Jason?
Jason Bourne. I met up with him.
Oh,
and,
Jason, that house over
you
there.
couldn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh, no.
Huh?
You're thinking of another Jason. No,
Huh?
not that Jason. But, no, we met up and had a chat and you wasn't there.
All right.
Amek, hi both. Amek. Hi both. How's your mum keeping, Pookie? How's your mum, baby?
Mom getting better and better because she got us. So we keep her activity.
Yeah, keep her mind occupied.
Yeah.
Pook goes to the
Do
temple with her most
that
mornings.
and keep her busy too, because but she's still like sometimes when people asking about that and she just burst out in tears like last couple days we take mom to temple and that friend come to her and oh, where's your husband? Because he
Some
don't know.
people don't know,
Mom
yeah.
just burst out. Tears.
And the thing is, just less than a minute over in that direction now is Pook's brother's house, and that's where Pook's mum stays.
Yeah.
Pook will go round her in the evening, she'll message me, say, sorry I'm a bit late coming back, mum's really upset. There's no need to apologise, I understand completely. So Pook will sit with her, and sometimes, Pook's brother and his wife, because their sons, Pook's nephews, they both go to football academies. It really looks like they're going to become professional footballers. So when they've got matches on, the mum and dad usually show up for them, and sometimes they can't get back in time, they might stay out. So then Pook will stay around with her mum for the night, so she's not on her own.
We got to make sure we don't to let her on her own. Yeah. Yeah, she's all right. Thank you very much.
Say hi to your mum, says
Thank you.
Amek. I'm out at the beginning of December until January. Maybe find some time to get to Udon. I'll see you too.
November เหรอ
Doing what you're doing.
Okay
Love
come
your
for
videos.
ลอยกระทงอะ
Yeah,
ลอย
Loy
กระทง
Oh, no. Beginning of December.
Yeah but he will stay here
Is it not November?
Yeah.
Loy Gatong.
ลอยกระทง next month
Yeah, he says the beginning of December. not November.
Oh, sorry, I see something.
Oh, you're seeing
here.
something else, yeah.
November.
No, December till January, AMAC.
Ah, okay.
AMAC.
December, Christmas.
If you get up to
here.
Udon, yeah, give us a shout. Shall I turn this just a little bit because we keep leaning
going to
over and you
spin
keep
in a minute.
losing us. There we go. It's a bit, what there? That'll do. That's better. Oh, we've got some dogs over there that bark sometimes. Well, they're just a bit mental. I think, you know, this is my theory. It might be wrong, it might be right. Okay, imagine this. Human beings, okay, shouldn't interbreed. You shouldn't get brothers and sisters producing babies because it causes all kinds of problems in the gene pool and it can cause serious mental deficiencies as well as physical disabilities. I think here, because you get a lot of street dogs just roaming around, all jumping each other, and they don't know who's who. They don't remember who their brother was from a month ago or their sister was. And I think that inbreeding, I don't know, are there any vets out there who can tell me, does inbreeding in animals like dogs, does it cause the same problems with the gene pool?
Maybe
Because
not.
there's a lot of stupid dogs out here. You drive down the road on your bike and they're looking at you like, yeah, what?
Yeah.
What do we do now?
What you want?
I don't think it's sitting around. They lay in the middle of the
Maybe
road.
animals okay because they, I don't know, different gene
a lot of
to
them-
human.
A lot of them, they decide they're going to have a crap. They don't go over on the grass or in the bushes. They sit right in the middle of the road and have a little. They'll walk out from the side of the road, squat in the middle of the road. I reckon they're having a laugh. They're saying,
Yeah.
"Watch this, look."
Sometimes make you wonder, isn't it? Because they're brother and sister, and then
All
they're,
interbreds. I think they are. I think they are.
Yeah. Hi, 51,000 people. Can I have thumb up, please?
Bill, yeah.
Thank you
thumbs up
very
really
much.
helps the channel. It really does. Something as simple as
Thank
clicking
you.
on thumbs
Thank
up makes a big difference. YouTube love it. I don't know. Hang on, I just missed something from Bill there. It's starting to come in now. They're starting to
Bill
come in.
Miller.
Bill entered into winter here. May see snow this week. I hope I never ever see snow again, Bill. Honestly, the cold really gets to me. I suffered it so long in England.
Hi, Lilo.
Hang on, I'm not that far yet, baby. Slow down. Hi, Lilo, anyway. Pook's jumping ahead. Pleased you enjoy the channel, and I'm pleased that you take the time to comment, and you're always giving us support. So thank you so much. From Israel, I believe, Lilo. November the 8th, this is Welsh 32. November the 8th, back in Pattaya for a holiday. First time was in 2019.
19.
Ah,
Oh, we were there, 2019.
yeah.
That's our first year. No.
2019.
Not
No.
first time.
Oh, that's what we. I still haven't got. Yeah, I totally forgot what the celebration was. Let's get to that in a minute, though. There's two celebrations today. Okay, October the 17th. There's two celebrations, and I'll get to them in a minute. Won't keep you on that. I did. I forgot. We originally posted. We've got something to celebrate, and of course we have. It's a massive celebration today. That's great. The family are all close. Can't beat family. Absolutely, Anna. It's a perfect, beautiful thing to be amongst, seeing a family unit like this. And I'll always say it. I'm not treading down or bad mouthing my family back in the UK. I've got no family left in the UK. But me growing up in what was an adopted family, I didn't know, but I found out it wasn't the same as what I've seen here. And I just see the family unit is a lot looser in the UK, not as strong as what it is here.
You got me.
Oh no, darling, thank you. Thank you so much. Hang on, we've got a bit of buffering going on.
It's okay,
We're
but
back
here is the
again.
main one.
No, that's what's going out. That's what people are viewing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Johnny Siam. Hello, Kevin and Pook. Hope all's well.
Johnny
All
Siam.
is perfect here. It really is. Busy as usual, but we really enjoy it and having a wonderful time. Robin says, saw the interview with Chuck. I was just thinking of that when I was saying things are good here. So Robin says he saw the interview with Chuck. That's from the No Time. Oh, Bruce, I've got someone messaging me now. Where was I? Chuck. Yeah. He says he saw the interview with Chuck and Paige. That's Chuck from No Time to Be Sad YouTube channel. Really lovely guy. I know that he gets people's backs up sometimes because he speaks his mind, and he's very passionate. It's like I've got loads of messages coming through of someone I deal with
We will
a
get
Chinese
back to you after
trading Chinese broker, and they keep messaging me. So Chuck, he's very open the way he speaks. he talks about his experiences. A lot of people get him wrong. They think that he's trying to force his opinion on them, but he's not doing that. All he's doing is showing people there's an option. You don't have to be stuck with what you've got. If you're not happy in England, America, anywhere else in the world, there are options. And it's not just Thailand. There's other places in the world where you can find happiness and this relaxed lifestyle. And Chuck is a lovely guy. And he's very, very intelligent, very smart guy. So, yeah, sorry, going back to Robin's message. He says he saw us with Chuck and Paige and friends. You all appear to have a very good network of friends. Probably took time, but obviously well worth it. I'll tell you something, Robin. Back in the UK, what was our circle of friends like in the UK? Very small, wasn't it?
Small.
And that was through choice. We kept it like that through choice.
We got really quality, like, you know, a few of them. But and then again, we see occasion, like.
Yeah, parties and things like
Yeah.
that, birthdays, wedding anniversaries.
Not much, but mainly we just us.
Just us at home working
Yeah.
hard and getting our money to come out here.
When we off, go to the park or
Yeah.
visit place, just, you know,
It was just
we
us.
do things together.
Yeah, going visiting places in London, museums, exhibitions, things like that. But since we've been here, I think it's because probably we've got more spare time.
Since we've been here, totally different.
It is. Because in London I'd get up at 5 in the morning
Like
and I
this.
wouldn't get home till 8 at night.
Backhand to forehand.
Pook was working hard online, weren't you? But here, okay, I've got work, Pook's got work, we've got a lot to do, but we've still got a lot of free
I
time.
think maybe because the weather too,
And the
we
weather.
can
Get
do
out.
thing more,
Yeah.
meet more people.
Back in London, you get home of an evening, you don't want to go
No,
out anywhere.
cold, and then
You just want to stay in the warm.
Mm.
But here, it just blows me away. I'm going to do a video where I'm going to talk about all the friends I've got here. I'm not going to mention their surnames. Some of them don't want me to talk about their past professions because some of them it's better kept quiet.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about hitmen or robbers or anything. I'm talking about in the armed forces. But a wonderful, wonderful circle of friends, and it's an education every time I speak to them. They're great people, aren't they?
Yeah.
And you find those people are married to nice Thai ladies, or their partners are decent people as well. They've chosen well, like I did. I chose well, and and Pook gets on with them great. She'll sit and have a great today. And good day, she had a really long conversation
I
with the
can
lady we
talk-
met today.
To everyone, but if you think I'm talking too much, tell me straight away.
But no, the thing is, you'll find friends out here. You really will. And
Just tell me to shut up.
some people like to drink. They'll go down the bar. They'll meet up with a load of guys who like to drink, like minds, and easy. If you don't like to drink like me, you'll find friends with similar interests, even without similar interests, but commonality, like common things, and you just find really good people, don't you?
What they call bird?
Birds of a feather
Yeah.
flock together. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, and it's just how it works out.
Oh, you know what I think?
Because I know you.
Ah,
I know you.
okay.
10 years I've
I'll
been
let
with
you
her.
off.
I know you quite well, Pookie, believe it or not. Okay, Brit Looking says, I read that more rains from storms, Nisat, likely any time now, will transport be affected, etc. More storms coming, is that right?
They keep telling us that, but to be honest, we
Don't pay a lot of attention to the weather here, do
no.
we?
3-4 storm already, but we don't really get anything much. Yeah.
Mm. That big one that came across Vietnam, across Laos, that was supposed to be really bad in Udon Thani, just didn't happen, did it?
No.
We got a little bit of a breeze, the banana trees were blowing a little bit, and it just, not even any rain. So, you know what the weathermen are like? They're like the news reporters. They like to shout out bad news. Mr. Mitch! Did I just see Mr. Mitch
Oh,
come?
สวัสดีค่ะ
Mr. Mitch, how are you? Haven't seen you for a while. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support, and thank you for showing up as one of our moderators. Much valued. Thank you so much. How's things? How are you? You okay? I hope you're well. I'll tell you what we'll do one time when you have one of those big meets with Chuck and everyone else. We'll definitely have to come and meet up with you guys, won't we?
Mm-hmm.
Be nice to see you.
Mr. Mitch.
It'll be nice to see you. Let's carry on through these. So yeah, the storm's not really bothering us. Bill says that makes sense. Of dogs, never thought of that. Oh, the interbreeding with dogs. We're that far back. Yeah. It's just some of the majority of dogs here just look at you really gormless, like, and they don't know Well, obviously
They
they
don't
don't know
know
what
what
day of
to
the
do.
week it is, but I don't know what day of the week it is most of the time. But they just look like they're really not with it. Put it that way. Wazza says, I saw a dog with 2 heads once. I don't think there is a problem. That was definitely an inbred. Definitely. Yeah, I don't think the problem was with the dog. It was something to do with what you've been drinking, Wazza, wasn't it? Is the tourism starting to pick up? I know it's still quiet in places in Phuket. Tourism here, Phuket. What's it like when we go downtown
Well, Udon Thani is not tourist place, but when you go out, lunchtime, evening time, dinner, something like that, you can see more in foreigner. Isn't it?
now? When we went over to meet Chuck and Paige the other night,
Yeah.
looking down at the bars off of the swimming pool area where Chuck and Paige were staying, the bars were starting
I
to fill up
think
again. I think more people are coming over.
Yeah.
And you say no tourists. I think you do get tourists. You get visitors here. It's not really
No,
a
when I say no tourists, I compare with like Phuket, Samui,
yeah.
Pattaya, Chiang Mai, something like
Yeah,
that.
but you still get a lot of people who don't live here just visiting. There's a lot of people who really like this area.
Udon Thani is
Chuck
it's
likes
not
this
just
place.
European or American, you know, it's Korea, Hong Kong,
Oh yeah,
Japanese.
yeah.
There's a lot of them in
Absolutely,
in
yeah.
town too.
Mm. So yeah, it's getting busier. Everything's open now. No masks. It's great. It really is. He's honest, Chuck. I enjoy him too. Chuck is honest, and I really do like him. I'll tell you what, I love it when we sit like we did in that last video that I did. It's like when I met him a few years ago down in Pattaya, in the Eureka
Pattaya.
Lodge. I pulled him aside and we sat down at a table and I interviewed him then. For me, I don't know, maybe I'm just nosy, but I like to dig a little bit. I like to dig under the surface a bit and find out a bit more about what makes someone tick. And I think Chuck quite enjoyed it because, you know, he really starts opening up. And if you haven't seen it, last video I put out, have a look at that and you'll find out more about Chuck. And he really is a good guy. He really is a good guy.
Thank
Even
you,
though
Mr.
he winds people up.
Mr. Mish.
Yeah.
Just get rid of a lot of crap.
Thank you, Mr. Mitch. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. He's a great moderator. Have you eased off a bit, or are you still doing all that work for all those different channels, Mr. Mitch? I know that you were moderating for so many. Intermittent fasting is definitely working, Kevin. It really is. It's yeah, look, my t-shirt's hanging off me. No, it's just the way I'm sitting. I'm all screwed up. But intermittent fasting now is not about losing weight for me. It's just about a health thing. I've given my body a minimum of 16 hours every day. So 5 o'clock, finish eating, don't eat till 9 o'clock in the morning. Or 6 o'clock, finish eating, don't eat till 10 the following day. And it gives your body a chance to clear all that stuff that's inside you. It brings all your blood sugar levels back in line. It's like hitting the reset button or a reboot button on a computer, and then you're ready for the next day. And I eat cookies, don't I?
Yeah.
I eat cakes.
Cookie Monster.
I don't have to worry about,
You still eat
watch my weight.
biscuit.
Chris, my mate Chris,
He lost 14 kilos.
yeah, he had a weight. He's
Kilogram.
lost it a bit with his weight. You know what I mean? He was originally military guy, super fit, like 6-pack, body built, wasn't he? He was solid. And then coming here, relaxed and eating all different times, and he put on a lot of weight. And just simply by following the fasting process that I told him about, he's down how many? 14 kilos. And all he's done in the morning, he goes out for a walk as well, 30-minute walk, sometimes an hour walk. And that's enough. And then during the day, he's off out eating pizza and all kinds of stuff,
Yeah,
isn't he?
yeah.
He just has that 16-hour break from food. And honestly, it really does work. And it makes you feel a lot better as well. It really does make you feel good and alert. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, Mr. Mitch just put up a link to that. Let's have a look. No time to be sad. Yep. Thank you very much, Mr. Mitch. He's put a link to Chuck's channel. Intermittent fasting. Bill, Kev. I know that inbreeding in dogs can make them nervous, so I was once nervous. I tell you what, the dogs around here don't seem nervous. If it's interbreeding that's causing the problems, they're just so chilled out. It's like they've had a big spliff and they're just standing in the middle of the road and don't know what's going on. The world's going past them, even the cars as they're nearly hitting them. Really strange behaviour. I've never seen it before. Mark, hi Mark, thanks for joining us. Mark says, hi guys from Melbourne, Australia. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Kev says, Pook, looked like a hippie. You look like a hippie with round glasses, Pook.
Hippie.
They're not really round. Come a bit closer to the camera. They're sort of like, they've got a bit of a shape to them.
Shape, yeah.
I think she looks gorgeous in them.
No,
Yeah. You know,
they're not round shape.
no, they've got a bit of a shape to them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What they call?
And like all of us, she tried to avoid it as much as she could. No, I don't need glasses. But then you'd see her trying to read stuff, she'd be like this.
Yeah.
And
Very
she had to
bad
get
this year,
glasses.
very bad.
Most people need reading glasses after a while, bless her. And I think she's doing really well for 65. She doesn't look it.
What you want to sleep in the garden? Huh?
Oh, talking of reading and Pook, she doesn't know I've brought this out. You see this little blue book here? Look, you can see how old it is. Look how the pages are discoloured, okay? Watch this, okay. So, this book, when Pook went to England, it was back in the days before internet, there was no CD-ROMs or anything like that. This is what she used to translate Thai to English. And with this, she learned how to speak English. She learned everything she needed to get her British passport, the citizenship.
This great old boy, you know.
Look at it, it's really, you
I
can
got
tell
this
it's been
when I
used.
went to secondary school. Yeah. I
Excellent.
used from, I'm not so sure, 13, 14 back then.
There's one question I've got for her now, and I haven't asked, I promise this is the first time she's heard it. Right, Pookie, I've looked through this and I've seen a few words underlined, okay,
Yeah.
and it's things like represent and things like that, you know. I've gone looking to see if she's underlined any words that could be swear words, but there's none. Where did you learn to swear? How did you learn to swear, Pookie?
Home care. No?
Okay, the old lady's in the home care. So that's Pookie's Thai English dictionary that she used to learn to speak English. She's a star. I look at that and it makes me think, oh, bless her, what she was
Very
going
hard,
through
you
back
know,
then.
and,
Yeah,
and they're really small words.
yeah.
You got to go like, if you want to know something about like pillow, okay, got to go P, start with P, P-I.
Pillow, yeah. She did so well and I'm really proud of her. I think you're amazing. Okay, let's carry on down. So, Pook the hippie with the round glasses. Oh, greetings, Mitch. I've been in London 21 years. Ealing Broadway, says Emac. I know Ealing Broadway very well. I was a London taxi driver and I used to like it. I used to go every morning. At 5:15, I'd be outside the casino on Leicester Square. In the morning, 5 in the morning, 5:15 in the morning, and I'd often get people coming out of there, and a lot of the time they went over towards Ealing way. I don't know why. Maybe there's a gambling problem over in Ealing, but I used to take a lot of people out towards Ealing, Acton, all over that way. And yeah, really good. Gemini Star. Let's carry on down.
Hello, 64,000 people.
AMEC is currently in Cardiff, Sunday to Thursday, which suits me, in a nice hotel and great food. Very nice. Yeah, Cardiff, nice place.
Cardiff,
Let's carry on down.
cold, Cardiff.
Wilbur says, how's the house going? Are you happy with it? There's, all right, with the house, shall I? I'm not going to say too much. And from that comment, you know there's been problems. We had 3
You
builders.
take a
I
deep
wouldn't-
breed, they do already.
I wouldn't recommend a builder in Thailand from my experience so far, okay? This place, yeah, there's a few bits that need sorting out now. And we've still got to put the outside wall on, a few other bits and pieces, but be honest with you, our time and the majority of our money's been pumped into the businesses we're setting up. So we're holding off on that. I mean, it's a lovely place. It's livable, more than livable. It's nice and comfortable.
Yeah.
There's a few bits that need finishing off, and there's a few bits that have got to be redone that wasn't done very well by the other builders. And I'm not mentioning any of those 3 builders. But I wouldn't recommend anyone.
Think
from my
positive. Go.
Yeah. No, I'm that's not negative. It's just a fact.
I know.
Okay, let's see what else we got. Where was I? Where's the building one? Meetups are great indeed, says Mr. Mitch. Yeah, if there's something happening down in Pattaya, we'll get down now. Jomtien, wherever anyone's meeting up. My English says, I've only been here a little over 2 weeks in Bangkok. I'm so happy that I will never have to go back to the US. Oh, really? That's it? You've ended your days in the US and you're here for good. I love hearing it. It makes me feel good because it makes me realise other people have discovered what I've discovered, this wonderful, wonderful life in this beautiful country with these wonderful people. Not everyone, but the majority of people are really good, decent people here. Hua Hin, very quiet with tourists. Oh, hang on a minute. I've got something coming up there that's got to be... Oh, that's all right. Mr. Mitch has already got rid of it. Thank you so much, Mr. Mitch. I just saw something come up with the SEX word in it. Thank you. Right now, I need to love and leave you both. So I'm currently sitting in a small office with railway department, all electricians hanging around. Take care. Thank you, Amit. Thank you so much. Really nice seeing you, and thanks for joining us. Take care. Green Army was in Chiang Mai last week. It was very quiet. Okay, okay. We're coming up to the busy period now.
Yeah.
Pegasus bar owner grilled me. He didn't believe my friend was in 2-para. All sorted, he believes me now. Okay, Welsh 32 says Pegasus bar owner grilled me. Pegasus bar owner, he was in the paras, apparently. Oh, I'm not going to talk about it. When Chuck gives me a nudge, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to say there's an issue. When Chuck was here, Chuck might talk about it. In fact, I think he does on one of his videos.
Yes, in his video he says something. Have a look.
So
have a look in
something
video.
happened there, and it sort of like riled me a little bit. It's just something that was uncalled for. And Welsh 2 saying that so Welsh 2 was in the paras. My granddad was in the paras as well. I'd never met him, never knew anything about him, but I know that he was a para, and I've seen the photographs and everything. Eased up quite a bit, been travelling more. Oh, there you go, Mr. Mish has been travelling a bit. Nice. Welsh 32, Bill Miller, got to go. Nice one, Bill. Thanks for joining us. See you again.
Thank you, Bill.
Paul Duffield.
Bill
Hello,
Miller.
both of you from Chiang Rai. Lovely lady. She looks sophisticated. Pook is sophisticated, aren't you, darling? Ain't you, love? Ain't you, love? You're sophisticated, ain't you?
Don't talk like that.
Let's carry on down.
She
Just
share the
read-
name.
Oh, someone says great reading glasses. Reggie Cray. I've seen him on here before.
No, because he's our admin. He's his own admin, but he shared the name.
Maybe, I don't
Yeah.
know. Very impressive.
This is maybe the last. What's his name? Kefren.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know.
But thank you anyway.
Yeah, thank you, Reggie, for being an admin. Big C. Pook looks like... No, Big C. I'm not having that. And me and you will have a fight if you come over here. He reckons you look like Yoko Ono.
Oh, don't compare me to her. She's a bit crazy, isn't it? Did you see when she's singing? She's like, she sing for
Quick story, okay? John Lennon, okay?
John Lennon.
As a lad growing up in Liverpool, his hero was Chuck Berry, and that's where he got a lot of his ideas from, his music and everything else. When he became famous, he got the opportunity to go on
Yoko
stage
Ono.
and play with Chuck Berry. Yoko was already a part of John's life, and she insisted on being by his side with that clinginess, that desperation that she had when she got. And it wasn't desperation; she was scared to leave him, I'm sure, because she was scared of losing him. And she insisted on being on stage when John met his hero, Chuck Berry. So they start playing. They've given her a little bongo drum just to keep her quiet. Yeah, you bang on the bongo drum. So there's Chuck Berry and John Lennon. I think they were doing Memphis, Tennessee, long distance information. They started singing it. Suddenly, Yoko Ono's come forward and she's going, and Chuck Berry's gone, like, what the is going on? Looked at her, looked at John, and John's looking really embarrassed. Yoko Ono, I don't know, she might have been a nice lady. She certainly had John Lennon hooked, but some of the stuff that went on, I don't understand why she did it. There was no need for it. He obviously loved her. She wasn't going to lose him, but we're off on a tangent again. We're talking about John Lennon and Yoko Ono. Anyway, Big C, Pookie definitely doesn't look like Yoko Ono. Next time I do a live stream, I'll put a picture of Yoko next to Pookie and you'll see.
Maybe
Just long
the
hair,
way he looked.
long dark hair, that's all. maybe Big C needs your glasses. Kevin, Pook, actually, you look like a professor. Yeah, she looks classy. Business lady, whatever she wants to be in those glasses. Barbie Barry. Oh, listen, before we go any further, celebration time. There's two celebrations today. Today is the 17th of October, okay? 17th of October, going back in time, 1961. And this means a lot to me because they're they are probably my favourite band. Mick Jagger met Keith Richards at the Dartford railway station, which was close to where me and Pook lived in Bexley. When we lived in England, we lived in Bexley. Next town was Dartford, and that's where Mick Jagger and Keith Richards first met. Mick Jagger was going up to the London School of Economics. Keith was going to art college in Sidcup on the train. Got talking about records, and that's how the Rolling Stones started. Okay, I've got a video coming up about the Rolling Stones. I'm not going to say anymore. I've got a video coming up about the Rolling Stones. Look out for that. I know people who enjoy it. That's celebration number 1. Today, in 1961, the Rolling Stones sort of formed. Today, 3 years ago, what happened 3 years ago, Pookie, today?
We leave Heathrow Airport.
No, that was yesterday.
I know, and we
Today.
arrive in Thailand.
Today was the day me and Pook arrived in Thailand when we left England for good. So the 16th, we jumped on a plane at Heathrow. A mate of mine, Mark, gave us a lift up to Heathrow, cab driver. Jumped on a plane. We got here on the 17th of October, 2019, and that's it. Today is our 3-year anniversary of living in Thailand. No regrets whatsoever. Absolutely beautiful. It really is. So it's a big day for us. It really is. It's like the start of a new life, and it really is. That might seem a bit dramatic, but it is like the start of a new life living here, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there you go. 2 celebrations.
Happy birthday to me.
Cowboy builders in Thailand. There's cowboy builders everywhere, Gary, but you've just got to be very, very careful here in Thailand. Okay, but my son's lived here close to 20 years with his Thai wife and my 11-year-old granddaughter. Excellent, nice one.
Congratulations.
Reggie Cray, flights are very expensive right now. Yeah, they are expensive. Pook's sister went back to Germany just a few weeks ago after staying here while her dad was, going when he passed away.
But I heard
Very expensive.
the couple we met today, the price coming down now, Thai Airways.
Really? Okay. Hello, William Murray. Hi, William. Wazza. Good night, guys. Thank you, Wazza. See you again soon. Just Freddie, Kevin. I think you get good and bad builders. That's right, you do. Wherever you go, you get good and bad builders. There's a lot of TV programmes, fly-on-the-wall programmes showing that in the UK. Reggie says, 2 para in Colchester. Okay, there you go. Oh, Welsh32 says his friend was in the paras, not him. So I'm trying to catch up with these. Reggie, Mr. Mitch was talking about moving to Soy 6. What, really? Mr. Mitch, moving to Soy 6? You'd never get any sleep there, would you? It's so noisy. Soy 6 is that wild street, isn't it?
6 or 7. Where's the one Jeff Carter went? Is it 6 or 7? With his friend.
I don't know. Oh, Reggie says Mick Jagger's.
Mac Jagger.
Pook used to get a few words mixed up, and whenever we were talking about the Rolling Stones or Philip Townsend, the guy I know who used to deal with the Rolling Stones, she'd often call him Mac Jigger. Not Mick Jagger, Mac Jigger. There you go. 5:15 in California says Ken. Hi Ken, thanks for joining us. Thank you so much. 5:15 in the morning, early start, and Ken's on here with us. Thank you. Sorry, John Lennon. John Lennon? Huh? What? I'm lost. Reggie says, sorry, John Lennon. What?
No, he's talking about Mick Jagger, and he said, oh, sorry, it's John Lennon.
Oh, I don't know. Liked your last video, No Time to Be Sad. Yeah, it was a great one. If you haven't seen it, go back and have a look at it. Me and Chuck having a chat, and Chuck gets a little bit deep. He's a lovely guy. He really is, and he's very intelligent. Mr. Mitch is laughing. I think there's some kind of confusion there. Mr. Mitch probably thinks that Reggie meant that you look like John Lennon with the round glasses. I don't know. I'm getting very confused. Maybe it's getting late and I'm getting tired.
Hi,
Okay.
66,000 people.
Let's have a look.
More light, please.
Big C says
Like.
Big C was only joking about the Yoko. I'm pleased to hear that. Yoko Ono, Jesus, I won't
don't
sleep
mind.
of the night.
I don't take serious. I don't take how they call that.
Mr. Mitchell is laughing about Soy 6. Yeah, I don't think he'll be moving there somehow. English, play English. Rolling Stones is my era of music. Amazing. Well, you think about it. Think of the era, the generations that the Rolling Stones have affected, the amount of bands that still see them. I'll tell you a quick story in a minute about Ronnie Wood from the Rolling Stones. Just a quick story. Let me just make sure I've caught up with these comments. Bangkok, London return, 900 quid.
Wow,
That's
really?
expensive, isn't it?
Because it's so
What were
heavy.
we paying? About 6?
Huh?
5? I can't remember. No.
Can't remember.
No, I can't remember now, it's so long. Listen to this, okay? I used to
800.
run a live music venue in London. I used to promote live bands in London. And I had a little music venue that was my own in New Cross. Tiny little dirty place it was. New Cross is a bit of a rough area of London, southeast London. And we used to put local bands on there. Then Glenn Tilbrook from Squeeze and Chris Difford and Jules Holland, who played for Squeeze, they were local lads. They'd show up sometimes and just jam a little bit. We'd get bands like the Blockheads down there, Dr. Feelgood, like Wilco Johnson. But anyway, mainly local bands. One night I've pulled up outside on a Friday night and I'd booked a band called Glider, okay? I didn't know who was in the band or anything like that. This band called Glider, who were going around doing the London circuit. Anyway, outside my little dirty club in New Cross, what was it, a 500 capacity club, only a small place, the paparazzi were outside the doors, rammed, like as if they were trying to get in, and the bouncers on the doors were holding them back. Anyway, when I got out, the bouncers have made way for me to get into my club. As I walked in, I've turned right and gone into the green room, the dressing room where the artists, the musicians go before they go on stage. Anyway, I've... and Keith Richards... Oh, yeah, so I've just checked something out about Keith Richards. So I've gone in the green room where the artists, the bands, they wait until they go on stage. As I've walked in, it's understandable why the paps are outside, all these photographers. Sitting there is a guy called Jesse Wood. Now that might not mean a lot to most people. Proper music heads,
Jesse
it will.
Wood?
Jesse Wood.
I don't
okay?
know. I know only Ronnie Wood.
Right, well listen to this. So Jesse Wood's
I
sitting
bet
there.
you-
Jesse Wood is sitting there with his arm around his girlfriend. His girlfriend at the time was Kate Moss, the supermodel. And opposite them was Jesse Wood's dad, and that's Ronnie Wood from the Rolling Stones. And they were sitting there in my green room in my little dodgy club in southeast London. And it was one of those moments when I sat down, it's like, how do you start talking to like one of your heroes, Ronnie Wood? And he went, "Oh, you're Kevin, are you? You're the promoter." Lovely guy, right from the start. I said, "Yeah." "Oh, thanks," he said. "Thanks for giving the boys a slot." Talking about his son, thanks for giving him a slot. So, and we just chatting about things, and he was saying about the club and young bands up and coming, and it's nice to see live music being promoted. But a really lovely guy. So that was that. I'm trying to think, there was something else that happened there. I was just about to... there's something I could tell you, but I'm not sure that I should, because I could probably get sued for it if I spoke about it. But the next time Glider turned up, Jesse was there. I don't read the newspaper, so I don't know what's going on with the famous people. And Jesse turned up, and he wasn't with Kate. And I said to him, "Jesse, you're not with Kate. Where is she? Is she doing something?" He said, No, we split up. I said, "Oh, sorry to hear that." He said, "I'm not." And no, I can't go down that route. I'm sorry, guys. I can't go down that route because I'll probably get sued. But anyway, him and Kate Moss split up. But that night, he was up on stage before the crowd came in, the audience came in, and he's opened up this Fender electric guitar case. I said, "Do you want me to give you a hand, Jesse?" He went, "Yeah, okay, yeah." He said, "Just be careful with that one, won't you?" Meaning this Fender guitar. I said, "Yeah, sure." He said, "Eric gave me that. Eric Clapton gave him a guitar as a birthday gift, one of his guitars." And that's the kind of stuff you used to get in southeast London. It was brilliant. I've got such great memories of that place. I really have. Wonderful, wonderful memories of that club. And yeah, sometimes I miss that kind of thing. I never made any money at it. It was a hobby. There was never really any money to be made at the level we were doing it at. We put on a few shows up the 100 Club in Oxford Street. They were all right, but most of the time it was just for the love of music and helping young musicians out. Oh yeah, talking about helping, you'd get benefits out of it, and here's one of them. So the 100 Club on Oxford Street, it was a very famous jazz club. Now you get Sex Pistols played there. Lots of big bands go there and showcase. They practice their gigs before they go out on the road. Stones play there, Paul Weller plays there. All these famous musicians. So I was down there one afternoon, and I know the guy who owns it, Jeff. I know him very well, and I'm organising to book the place one night to put these bands on. And Jeff, he's talking to me, and suddenly he looked over my shoulder. He said, "Sorry, Kev, just have to cut you short there. I must speak to this guy. I can't ignore him." And he walked away, and I looked over my shoulder, and there's Paul McCartney with his PA standing there. So you know what it's like. It's that thing about, do you want to meet your hero? It could be a disappointment. It's embarrassing. What do you say? So I just stayed at the other end of the venue, and it was an afternoon. No one was in there, just Jeff, the owner, me, Paul McCartney, and his PA. So anyway, Jeff's chatting away, and I've got me back to them. I'm looking at these pictures of these famous jazz musicians who'd played down there years ago. And Google it, the 100 Club, Oxford Street, you'll see. You look at the bands that have played there and the musicians. It is a very, very famous club. Anyway, suddenly Jeff, he's done the worst thing he could do. Kev, and I'm trying to ignore him, making out, Kev, come over and meet Paul. And I'm like, oh, leave off, Jeff. Anyway, I've gone over there, and then, oh, nice to meet you, shook hands. What do you say? You're going to say, oh, what was it like playing in the Beatles, all the usual questions. I would never go down. I didn't want to speak like a fan. I wanted to, like, speak as someone who admired his art, sort of, you know. And it wasn't long after Linda had died. His wife Linda had died of breast cancer. So I said to him, Paul, you've probably heard it a million times before, but sorry to hear about your loss. And, you know, don't know. He said, oh, it's all right. He said, I've got such a wonderful family around me. He said, we're starting to come to terms with everything. So I said to him, look, you know, people talk about you never playing again, never going out live again. He said, yeah, there were rumours, he said, but that's why I'm here today. I said, really? He said, yeah. I said, let me in on the secret then. And he said, well, we've put a band together and we've put some music together. A new album's coming out called Run Devil Run. And he said, we're coming here to the 100 Club to rehearse and practice. He said, but for me, it's like, because I've had a break from music, where I never usually do, it's like me starting again. He said, and if I'm starting again, I wanted to start how I started in the first place. I want my first gig to be at the Cavern Club in Liverpool. Now you go on YouTube, you type in Paul McCartney, Cavern, Run Devil Run, and you'll see that gig. And I said to him, when are the tickets going on sale? He said, they're not. We're giving them away in competitions. I said, okay, how do I get in on the competitions? He said, don't worry about that. He said, come over to my office. His office was just over the road in Soho Square. MPL Productions, his office. Come over to the office, he said, and I'll get Sheila to sort you out some tickets. That's his PA. Couldn't believe it. So I got me 2 tickets for the Cavern Club to see Paul McCartney. And it's only a little small venue. I'm there, 2 rows away from the stage. Paul McCartney on bass, Ian Pace on drums, and Dave Gilmour from Pink Floyd playing lead guitar for him. So I'm standing there and I've watched this gig and it's like mind-blowing. I can't believe I'm this close. When it finished, I got talking to a few of the people in front of me. There was a woman there, Helen her name, and I said, oh, are you part of the family? You got in before me? She said, yeah. She said, I'm Paul's cousin. And she said, and in the song, Open the Door and Let 'Em In. Let 'Em In, I think the song's called. She said, Paul mentions Auntie Gin. I said, that's right. She said, that's my mum. That's Auntie Gin there, who he wrote that about. So chatting away. And at the end of the evening, the gig finished. They went off stage. And I said, really lovely meeting you guys. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. And they went, where are you going? I said, I'm going back to the hotel. I've got to go back to London in the morning. They said, no. Showed me the armband. They said, look, that armband you got is hospitality. Come to the after show party. So there's me in this little room with Paul McCartney and all these musicians and Paul's family, and just absolutely amazing. But that is a bonus of me just being at the 100 Club at the right time, lucky, but booking a gig for some young kids, young musicians, and out of that, it's like karma, you know. You do something for these young kids and suddenly something comes back to you tenfold. And that was me meeting Paul McCartney and going to see him in the Cavern at Liverpool. Before I met Pookie, you should have come with me. I should have known you before. You would have liked it. She likes the Beatle music. What else have we got? Raz, thank you so much, Raz. Thanks for joining us, and thank you for your continued support. Really appreciate it. Absolutely, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Raz, one of our members. Mr. Mitch, one of our members. Both joining us. And such great music it was. Certainly was. Pete Macklin. Pete, right, Pete, can I tell your story? Yeah, people don't know you. There's a guy on here. There's a guy on here, and it's something he should be proud of, very proud of. Right, here's another story for you, and it's linked with music, but it's with a guy here in Udon Thani. Listen, if ever you're out and about, and you see this guy, a retired guy, but there's something about him, his persona, he looks like a rock musician. My mate Danny Baker is a radio presenter back in England, okay? Bald as me, and he says, I think it's offensive if a man keeps his hair after he's 50 years old. He's just jealous, he's joking. But he says, I think it's very offensive if a man keeps a full head of hair after he's 50 years old. But Danny would say that because, like I say, he's as bald as me. Pete Macklin, we were in Manfredo's, Del Sofia, the Italian restaurant on Soy Sampan. There's a guy sitting there, and I'm looking, and I said to Pook, I bet he was something to do with music. He looks like a musician. Okay, so hang on, let me just check.
He looks like punk.
But yeah, Pete's not telling me to shut up, so I'm going to carry on. So Pete's there. This guy, I didn't know his name was Pete at the time. He just looked like a musician. He looks really cool. Full head of hair, loads of it. Similar to Mick Jagger as well. Anyway, he's sitting there with his Thai girlfriend or wife, I didn't know. Suddenly they brought a birthday cake out. It's his birthday. So we all piped up and started singing happy birthday. End of the evening he came over and he said, thanks so much, he said, for singing happy birthday, and I really enjoy your channel. He was a subscriber. I said, great. I said, don't mind me asking, but, you know, asked a bit about him, what he did. And I said, what did you do? He said, I was in the music industry. I said, I knew it. But he wasn't a musician. He was the marketing man, head of marketing for Elvis Costello. Now, anyone who knows even a fraction about music will know Elvis Costello. A genius wordsmith, beautiful songwriter, massive star in his own right. Back in the day, he was in a band called Elvis Costello and the Attractions, Oliver's Army, big hits. So Pete was working and running things in marketing for Elvis Costello. And of course, that's it. Whenever we meet up now, it's one of those things where we sit down and the hours just pass because we're talking about experiences and Pete's time, you know, meeting up with different people. By the way, Pete, I would never ever dream of doing it on here, but that story you told me about Ozzy Osbourne and Sharon made me laugh so much. I told Pook about it, she couldn't stop laughing. Thank you so much for the entertaining story. He'd be going off to like showbiz parties and all that in the music business, and he told me a story. I could never repeat it on here. I wouldn't do it, and but it was so very funny. Thank you so much, Pete, for telling us that, and it made Pookie laugh as well. So that is my mate Pete, and Pookie. He messaged me today. Can you get in touch with Kat and arrange when we can meet them for coffee or lunch or something? Because the children,
I don't have Kat contact. So
all right, well you
Pete
sort out a date, and I'll sort it out with you, Pete. We'll meet up for coffee or lunch.
All right.
This week, Tuesday tomorrow. Yeah, we'll meet up sometime this week. Definitely, I'll look forward to it.
Okay.
Andy B, of course, Andy B. Andy is my mate's brother, one of my best mates at school, Andy. And he says, I remember you with long hair, Kev, when you was at Abbeywood School. That's right. And I tell you what, Andy, if you look on my Facebook, the Isam Farang Facebook group, I posted a picture when I was playing drums in the, because I used to play drums and guitar, but I was playing in a punk band called the Imprints, and I posted a picture there a few days ago of me when I was in the Imprints, and I actually had hair. And it's little bits of evidence like that I show to Pook, otherwise she wouldn't believe me. She'd think I was born like this and I've never grew hair at all. So there's a picture of me in the dressing rooms after we'd played a gig with the Adverts or the Lurkers, I think it was, and I had hair at the time, quite long. And that's what Andy's talking about, my mate's brother Andy.
You can have some of mine.
Thank you so much. It just doesn't suit me anymore. That looks like an Arthur Scargill comb over. There's no way I'd have something like that. Arthur Scargill, one of the union leaders in England.
You should write a book. That's what we're talking about, isn't it?
I'm going to write a book. The guy I was speaking to today said the same thing, and I will do. I started writing a book about my Forex trading, but I think I should expand on it and put some of these music stories.
Where you start?
Amazon.
Amazon electric book. What they call?
Yeah, an ebook. I've already got a book on Amazon, but what I did, I started writing a book about Forex trading, about how I got into it and all the details. And then I thought, how am I going to publish this book? So then I got onto Amazon and I set up an account and I wanted to know how you actually publish the book, how you put a cover on it, how it works. So I put together this little 14-page brief description of forex trading. I think it was my 5. I can't even think of the title of it now. I haven't looked at it for ages, and I still get paid for it, by the way. But 5 steps to becoming a forex trader, or something like that. And it's just the 5 basic steps I took to become a successful forex trader. I made this book, put it on there, put it on Amazon. I thought, great, when I finish my book, I now know how to publish an ebook on Amazon. 2 months later, I get an email from Amazon. Could you give us your bank details? Your book's selling. This little leaflet that I've made up, it's selling, and it still sells now. So every month, I don't get a lot, but I get a bit of money from that. So it's weird, it really is. But no, I'm seriously considering getting to work on the book when the Forex farm's finished and the Bitcoin farm's finished, and we get a bit more time. When we're relaxing at the beach, I can't go swimming all day every day, so I'll be sitting on the beach and I'll be typing up the book, I think. I will do it. I've got a lot of memories about the music business and all that, which are great. Not to a high level. I was never a professional musician, never famous, but I was sort of like on the outskirts of it.
How about we tell story about on YouTube, not writing?
We could do, but
yeah.
I'd like to do a book though. You can
remember
do
the guy, what's his name? He moved back to UK now. He used to
Who's that?
tell people story about other people. The guy used to lay on the hammock. Simon, was his name?
Oh yeah, there was no, he wasn't talking about other
No?
people. A YouTuber called Simon. He used to lay in a hammock and he used to tell stories, a bit erotic, about man meeting Thai women and all that.
It's not okay.
Different thing,
Oh.
yeah. But he used to tell a long story, and of course, some people would be
we
attracted
can
to
do
it,
this
and it
way.
would give them really long views on YouTube. It used to
Because
pay off for it.
because you talk, you can.
Could do,
Yeah. No,
but I don't know about a video. I'm not sure. We'll see. But I'd like to write a book because on the Chris Evans as well. A lot of people from the UK would know Chris Evans. He's a very famous radio DJ, TV presenter. Had a very famous TV program called TFI Friday, and we used to go up there. Used to get invited up there all the time because of the music promotion. And I've got some stories around that as well that I think legally I could probably put them out. Some very, very funny stories. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I'd like to put down in a book. It'd be great. Let's have a look. Andy, yeah. Have a look at that, Andy. Go on the Facebook group and have a look at that picture of me when I was playing in the Imprints with Paul Pace, Tonka, Dave Taylor, and Gary. I can't remember our singer's name now. Gary. And we used to have a Hell's Angel turn up, and he was our unofficial bodyguard. Wherever we played. Yeah, Hell's Angel. You know,
when I
like,
heard the word angel, I'm
No,
thinking
no,
of my
not-
angel.
your mannequin that you used to sell clothes. No, we used to have an Hell's Angel turn up, and he was our unofficial security. It's mad, crazy times. It was really good, really good. And I used to drive the band around in a van that belonged to a company that I knew, but I was too young. I didn't have a license at the time. I was young.
Yeah.
And I used to drive the band
15.
around in this Bedford van, taking us to the gigs. It's a great laugh, great days, great memories. Luke, is there a Thai language school in Udon Thani? Now, we spoke about this the other week. Someone posted
Last
something.
time, I think, look,
You-
up.
Yeah, you've got an idea, haven't you, about me putting something on. I'll tell you what I'm going to do,
Someone
Luke.
did tell them
I'll do
already
it.
last.
Well, I'll do it tomorrow. I'm going to put a post out on the Facebook group, and I'll be saying, could people please comment if they can recommend Thai language classes in Udon Thani, and that way people can comment, giving their recommendations. Have a look in on that. So tomorrow, promise, Luke, that I'll post that on the Facebook group. Where are we?
Look, up the
Mailu,
look.
what's that? Raz says.
Meru, don't know.
Mailu. Pook doesn't understand that, Raz. Give us another translation of it.
ไม่รู้ no ก็ไม่รู้ ก็
Pin-
ไม่รู้
Meru, I don't know.
You should use R, Raz.
Ah.
R, รู้
What does that mean?
don't know.
Oh, he doesn't know. Oh, I thought you were saying you don't know what he was saying. There's so much confusion going on. Let's have.
Here we
Oh,
go.
yeah, the owners have just got home and the dogs. Listen, can you hear that? They go crazy. Let me just sorry about that. It's just that comments come up and I can't see anything on here.
Just leave it. They will gonna disappear.
Okay. Okay. No time to be sad. Love the vlog with no time to be sad, says P Money. Thank you. And I really enjoyed doing it. And I know Chuck enjoyed it too. I like talking to Chuck. Very.
Chucky.
He knows a lot about Thailand. He speaks the language very well.
And Thai.
Yeah. Yeah. Very decent
And
man.
writing too. Writing in
Knowledgeable.
Thai.
A lot of life experiences. And I really admire him for the way he's come through, what he's come through. And he's been through some things. And he's come out the other end, and he's a real decent man. Mitch will vouch for that. Mitch knows him very well. Let's have a look.
How long?
I'm not joking. No, I agree with you, Reggie. I'd love to write a book, and as soon as I get a chance, I'll do it, definitely. Got to be careful, though. Sometimes you can upset people who are still living, and I don't want to do that. And sometimes, to really get the full story out and the truth, I'd have to be a little bit controversial, mentioning some of those people. So I'd have to be. It's like a fine balance.
can hear
You've
the
got to
dog.
be careful. I don't want to upset anyone, but I'd like to get some of the stories out there. Let's have a look. Books can make your mind go anywhere. Brilliant. They certainly can, Reggie. And in the same instance, back to music. My view on music, not the philosophy, the way I see music is that music for me is a diary, a very personal diary that no one else can read. And by saying that, I mean a piece of music plays and instantly you're taken back to a place where you were. Could be 10, 15, 20, even more years ago. In fact, my earliest memory, let me carry on with that first, about music being a memory, a diary that no one else can read. You hear a bit of music, it reminds you of people, places, smells, tastes, all kinds of things. And that is like reading a very intimate diary that no one else can read. It's in your mind. That piece of music gives you that memory. And for me, my earliest music memory, going back to the Rolling Stones again, and this dates it, the Rolling Stones on the radio all the time with their number one hit called The Last Time. This will be the last time. That was the chorus. I was a little kid. I was 4 years old, something like that, when that was number one. So I can date it by that. I was living in Abbey Wood, and I was out the back garden on my little three-wheeler scooter, like not a trike, you know, like one where the pedals are connected to the front wheel. Little kid's trike. That's how small I was. And I'm riding up and down the garden path, and my mum ran out because it started raining to get the washing in, and she's saying, "Kevin, get inside." And I was like mocking her a little bit, and I'm singing the Rolling Stones, "This will be the last time, this will be the last time." Whereas I'm going up and down the path, I'm saying this is going to be my last time going up and down the path. But there you go, perfect example of music being a very personal diary. That song, every time I hear it, I think of my mum, the house in Abbey Wood, that little bike I was on. It's music's a beautiful thing, a really beautiful thing, very, very special and very personal. Dave, how long we been on, baby? Should we?
1 hour 8 minutes.
Really? Time goes so
You
fast.
finished with the comment first.
Panos. Christmas in Thailand this year will be epic. I'm sure it will be. I'm sure it will be in certain parts. Here, Central Plaza goes crazy with the lights and everything. Nikki, hi Nikki, thanks for joining us and thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for your contribution, your comments. We really do appreciate them on the channel. We really do. Thank you so much, Nikki. Love Chuck's humour. He's a top bloke. He really is a top bloke. Yeah, yeah. His sense of humour is very dry, and it's. I don't think I've ever seen Chuck doing like a big. You know how I get excited and animated and I laugh loud and all that.
But
Chuck is
yeah.
very subtle, very subtle. It's just the way he is. Very dry sense of humour as well. Reggie's asking, how's your sister Pookie?
My sister, she's doing all right, thank you. Getting busy now.
Back in Germany?
Yeah, with the massage business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she's still considering her options, whether to sell, whether to give up.
Yeah.
She wants to come back here. Just behind us, behind that tree there,
Yeah.
Pook's sister owns that land. She's paid for it outright, and she's going to be building her house there. So she'll be coming in, borrowing chilies, all kinds of not really, no. But it'll be nice when she's out here with the family. It's what she wants. It's what most Thai girls want to be with the family.
True Jen.
Hey everyone, True Gent. Oh, True Gent. We've had a very polite person as well, haven't we, earlier? Thanks for joining us, True Gent.
True Jen, gentleman.
Yeah, I'm a gentleman. Gentlemen never tell. Do you remember that programme we watched in England?
Yeah.
My memoirs cannot be published until 50 years after my death, says Mr. Mitch. Excellent. All right, listen, don't publish them, but let's have a conversation one day when we meet up, please. I'd love to hear some of your stories. I won't have the camera running, honestly, but maybe I'm just nosy, but I love learning about people's lives. I really do. I love hearing about people's lives and experiences. So I look forward to meeting you, Mr. Mitch. Maybe hearing some of those stories, and I promise I won't repeat them to anyone. Let's carry on down. Where are we? Uncle Craig, Ben Rock. Hey, what I miss? Hey, Poot Kevin, good to see you all. Good to see you too, Uncle Craig. It's
Uncle Craig.
you're in a little bit late, but don't worry, this gets it's
Uncle
all recorded,
Craig,
so you can go back and have a look at it if you want. But welcome and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, if you'd have turned up in my class like this when I was at school, you would have had to have produced a note as to why you were late. Mr. Mitch. Gotta go to Thailand. Hi, Craig. I'm just going through these comments, trying to see. Going home for Christmas, says Just Freddie in Thailand. Freddie, remind me, where's home? Just remind me where you come from originally. Old School Mike says hello. Hi, Old School Mike. Nice to see you in here with us. We're still looking at what's this? Hokkaido for Christmas.
Hokkaido.
What's that?
Oh, Hokkaido. Japanese things, isn't it? We saw it last time.
Oh,
in
nice.
Central
That'll be
Plaza.
beautiful. Yeah, that'll be lovely.
Yeah, they finished yesterday. Hokkaido.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Mitch. Mr. Mitch, looking forward to meeting you in Udon in the future. Yeah, or we'll come down and see you, Mr. Mitch, sometime. I'm definitely coming down there. I know there's stories to be told. Secrets will be safe with me, honestly. 18 months since I've been in Thailand. Can't wait to return. Panos. Yeah, get back over here. It's the place to be. It really is. Shocking behaviour. Turning up late. Okay, live in Thailand outside of Hua Hin. Going home to London for a month. See my sister. Enjoy yourself. Freddie, listen, do you fancy bringing back an electric guitar? No, I'm joking. Mate of mine, Mark, he's coming over here in April, I think. So if I don't get a chance to go back before then, he'll bring one guitar for me. But I'd like to get the two guitars back. I've got to go back to England anyway to free up a bank account I've got over there. It's been locked. Any relation to the old Cray boys, says Uncle Craig. I hope not. We don't want that kind of riffraff in our good community here. The Cray twins, they were a couple of gangsters in London back in the late 50s, 60s, and then they got caught doing what they were taken to prison, and they were made an example of, and they died in prison. Yeah, shocking stories, and people I don't know why, I don't understand, but people hero worship that kind of thing. Let's have a look what we got here. Nikki says you'll be leaving the rain to the rain. Yeah, oh well, it rain's easing off here, Nikki, but
We haven't had it.
I'm sure they'll be getting some rain back in London. Whereabouts in London, Freddie? Whereabouts in London are you from, or where are you visiting? True Gent says, will you be doing some videos about your Bitcoin farm? I'm really looking forward to doing some Bitcoin mining myself, but only on a small scale. Sure, we certainly will. And let me think. You see, I've started a YouTube channel purely for the Bitcoin thing. I want to try and keep these things different. I've got my trading YouTube channel, Forex trading. I've got this for Thailand. I've got a channel, UK to Asia. That's the trading one. But I've also now got a Bitcoin channel. It's totally different to my trading, and I want to keep it all separate. Let me think. I'll sort that out. I'll sort some links out another time. But yeah, I will be doing some videos on that, but it's not going to be on this channel. It'll be on the channel I've set up dedicated to the crypto mining. And you say about mining small scale. We got people with 5 machines with us. We got people with 1 machine with us. So we're full at the moment. When we do our expansion, which is happening very soon, we'll then be able to take on more machines. And if anyone's interested in having a Bitcoin mining machine hosted, we can do it. Our electricity rates are cheaper than anyone else, and But I'll keep all the details for the other channel. I won't bore those who are on here not interested in it. UK to Asia is the trading thing. Yeah, UK number 2 Asia, Reggie. That's for Forex trading. But there'll be some cross links between the Forex trading and the crypto regarding linking into each other regarding videos and that. And I'll mention it on here sometimes. I'll put some links down in the description probably. You're welcome, True Gent. Fascinating subject, and I can't wait for Bitcoin to go up again. It's just hovering around about the $20,000 mark at the moment. I think we should maybe. I'll tell you, I know when Pook's getting tired because she goes very, very quiet. Are you tired, darling?
No, just reading and help you check.
You can have a little snooze if you want.
Make sure you not miss anyone. Look, Kev 1, 2, 3, 6, 4 come back.
Yeah.
And Uncle.
Kev 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 6, 4 says Kev.
Kev what?
What? What, Kev? Kev, what? Uncle Craig says, are you guys using a laptop cam because you both look a lot younger on live?
Younger.
Listen, 21 years old.
We actually young. Some people meet us, they say, in video you look older.
Yeah?
Isn't it?
Okay.
Some people tell us straight away, isn't it?
I don't care about age anyway. Listen, I'm 61 years old. Pook is 67. No, I'm 61.
67.
Pook's a few years behind that. But you shouldn't mention a lady's age, they say.
I don't mind, but keep it till
The
my
thing is,
birthday.
I stick by the mantra of Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood, the movie guy, the movie star. And on his 81st birthday, I might have told this before on here, 81st birthday, Clint Eastwood was out playing golf with one of his mates. He said to his mate, I'm starting a new movie next week. His mate said, don't you ever get tired of it? Don't you want to start relaxing, chilling out? You know, you're getting on a bit now. How do you find the energy? He said, it's simple. I just don't let the old man in. So Clint Eastwood, I'll stick with that. I don't let the old man in. I feel as able and as energetic now at 61 as I did when I was 20 years old, 21 years old. I don't feel any different. I can go jogging. We go jogging most mornings, don't we?
Young at heart.
Yeah, and in mind and body, spirit and everything. So don't let the old man in. Stay young, stay healthy. And there's a bit of a sexist comment that's out there that says you're as young as the lady you feel. But Pook's not that far behind me, so it's not down to that, that's for sure.
You think I'm older than you.
But no, we just do what we do, and we don't even think about age. Don't really celebrate birthdays, do we? Pook looks about 40. There you go, baby.
Thank you.
That was Raz. Thank you very much, Raz, on Pook's behalf.
Thank you, Raz. Let me see, Raz.
About how much money do I spend on a mining machine? I'll tell you what, send me an email. The easiest way to remember it is send me an email at theisanfarang, same as this channel, theisanfarang@gmail.com, and I'll send you all the details. That's the easiest way, because there's a lot of people on here not interested at all, so let's keep it separate. And it's easier to track it on something on my foot. It's easier to track it on email.
Okay.
Let's have a look. Nice one, Kevin. Uncle Craig says, that's the ticket, huh? Don't let the old man in. Good advice. There you go. Not mine. I wish it was mine, but it was Clint Eastwood's. Keeping on the move keeps you young. If you don't use it, you lose it. That's certainly right, Nick. And listen, there's stupid little things I do. And people think I'm crazy. They'll think I'm as crazy as these soy dogs. But stupid things. If I bend down to get something, I don't bend over my waist. I actually bend my knees and I put an effort in as if I'm doing a bit of training. And all I'm doing is picking up my phone or something like that, you know. Everything I do like that, I'll try and exaggerate the moves to keep myself supple. When I'm on the scooter, looking over my shoulder when I'm pulling out, I'll exaggerate it and I'll twist my neck as far as I can just to keep that flexibility and that movement up.
Not just like,
Yeah.
I can't.
And I can tell you this, there's someone I met here in Thailand I've disassociated with. There's a number of reasons why. But when we were building this place, and he's a typical example of letting the old man in. He's a bit older than me, but when we were building this, he's looking round and he's saying, "Oh, it looks really nice." He said, "I'll tell you what though, when you finish those shower rooms off, the bathrooms, what you want to do in the corner where the shower is, put a little concrete tiled seat there, shower, and you can sit down." I said, "Why? Why do I want to sit down?" "Oh no, it's easier to shower." Yeah, sure, it might be easier to sit down, but you don't want to make it easier. You want to wash your feet by balancing on one leg and keep your sense of balance with you. Keep strength in one leg. He let the old man in, and believe me, he's just lost all his mobility, and he really has let the old man in. It might happen, I don't know, tomorrow I might get an illness or something that does it for me, but all the time I'm able, I'm going to keep moving and stay as young as I can and as fit and as healthy as I can.
When you can do it, just, you know.
I use Pook's dad as a role model. Everyone knows, okay, he finally succumbed to cancer. Cancer beat him. I won't say no one can beat cancer because I did, but not everyone can beat cancer. But her dad, up until a few months before he passed away, he was climbing these trees out here, lopping these trees for us. And
He
at
liked to do
70
things by
years
himself.
old, he was so fit, wasn't he? And that's how I want to be. He was toned. You could see the muscle tone in his arms and everything.
Even he's when he ill, he's still like, he don't want us to help.
Yeah, he was doing things for
He
himself.
try very hard to do himself. I'm alright. Till
Yeah.
one day he can't get up. We got to let us help him.
When he passed away, I did a little tribute video to Pook's dad on here. Go back and have a look at that and you can see the kind of man he was. And at the end, one of the last scenes, I don't remember him how he was when he was laying on the bed here on the night when we sat with him when he passed away. I don't remember him like that. I remember him how I see him in one of the last clips on this video. He's got the mortar and he's got this big long pestle and he's pounding the dry chili to crush the chili flakes up. And as he's doing it, you look at his arm in that video and it's like a man of 20 years old, toned, muscular, fit, and that's what her dad was like. And I'd like to model myself on him if I can. Don't let the old man in, keeping on the move. There's an old saying, you're only as old as the woman you're feeling. There you go. I knew it was something like that, Reggie. I'm not sure if you get away with that if you were in England now. If I was in England now, there'd be someone clamping down on you for saying that kind of thing. You guys look great and are a shining example of good people. Just being ourselves, but I hope so, and I try to be good. And
shine bright like a diamond forever.
It's that thing about treating people as you want to be treated yourself. And also, my business advisor, when I first started out in business, he said to me, one of the easiest ways to succeed in business and be remembered by people you're doing business with is to treat everyone the same. And he said to me, he said, I walk into a building to do business. The man who opens the door for me gets polite treatment from me and I thank him and I speak to him. The lady who's cleaning the floor in reception, I treat her with the same respect as the man I do up in the top floor office who I'm going for the meeting with, the CEO. He said, prince or pauper, if the person deserves it, I treat them the same. In other words, if they're decent people, treat everyone with the same kind of respect. Prince or pauper, I treat them all the same. And it stuck with me and that's what I try and do. If someone's nasty, not very nice, then they won't get that kind of respect from me and I'll have nothing to do with them. Get negative people out of your life, but it's a good thing to live by, I think, and it sort of like works. You end up with good people around you. Where are we? Let's get through these. And 65, really?
65,000. I am the same. It's nice to be nice. Yeah.
If I had a seat in my shower, I'd have nowhere to pass out after the pub night, says Uncle Craig. Yeah, and don't chance that seat. If you're that bad, you'll just topple off the seat and it could be dangerous. You could hit your head. Cheryl, welcome, Cheryl. Haven't seen you on here before. Welcome to the group. Welcome to the live stream. Really good advice on staying young. I don't know, it just seems like common sense to me, and I hope it seems to work for me, and I hope it continues to work. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to stay on YouTube so you'll be able to see the evidence as to whether it works or not. And intermittent fasting, I'd recommend that to everyone. Never mind, in January, after Christmas, you get these companies all selling you diets and all these fads. Don't do that. It's a con. It's a marketing con. It's one of the biggest businesses ever. Try and research intermittent fasting. All you do is you try and find a time of day, 16 hours when you don't eat anything. You can drink coffee, you can drink water, you can drink tea, not milk, but don't eat anything for 16 hours. So if you do it and have your sleep period in that 16 hours, it passes much easier. And intermittent fasting has worked really well for us too. We feel great because of it. A guy I met, he owns the biggest online health supplement business here in Thailand. The biggest online business. Australian guy. He's intermittent fasting, extremely healthy. My mate Chris, he's lost 14 kilos and he's managed to sustain it. It's not this boom and
David
bust.
do fasting too, isn't it?
Mate David, he's intermittent fasted. He's brought his weight down to what he was when he was 21 years old, and he's sustaining it. He's staying the same, and it really does work. These fad diets, you lose weight, it's boom and bust. You lose it, you gain it. Lose it, gain it. Intermittent fasting brings it down. It puts your body in a really good state, and it help you. Your body comes down to a certain weight where your metabolism keeps it steady. And if you keep intermittent fasting, you won't keep on losing weight. You'll get to a level where you're comfortable. There are ways of tricking your metabolism by changing the intermittent fasting times, and you can lose more if you want. But if you don't want to, if you're happy with the weight you are after a certain period, your metabolism just balances itself out at that point. Yeah, do a bit of research. It really is good for you.
I think we're going soon. Yeah,
Reggie says, I watched it, very moving. Oh, the video, the tribute to Pook's dad. I'll flick back and watch it every now and then. I'm very proud of it. And it's not me being big-headed. I'm really proud of that video that I did of Pook's dad. One, because it means so much. It's so personal to us. But it just shows him for the man he was. And it shows like the love and the care that so many people had for him as well. So it's probably my best video, my most favourite video. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'm the same. It's nice to be nice. It's simple, isn't it, Nikki? It's nice to be nice. It really is.
That is why, in a way, you left the UK.
That's why, in a way, you left the UK. Absolutely, Reggie. The UK, it was getting worse. We lived in a little beautiful village in Kent called Bexley. It was a lovely, affluent area. Roger Moore had a house there when he was alive, and he was married to Dorothy Squires. Roald
Nice
Dahl lived
area,
there.
not much
Beautiful
criminal.
area. No, it was one of the
Quiet.
lowest crime rates in the UK. Lovely little village, and I used to get in the cab in the mornings, drive out of the village onto the A2 to drive into London. I guarantee you, within 10 minutes, I'd have someone cutting me up, tooting, there'd be road rage, so much anger and aggression. Now, again, I'm looking for excuses for those people, and I honestly believe it's because those people's lives have become so hard. They're frightened that if they don't get to work on time, they're going to lose their job. If they lose their job, they can't afford their mortgage, they lose everything. And I think people's lives are put under so much pressure in the UK that life is pretty much unbearable for most people, and it causes aggression and anger. No time for anyone. You know, and it was that was... Well, I wanted to see Pook back here with her family. That was the most important thing for me, because I know how much family meant to her and the family themselves. But, I don't know, tolerance in the UK has disappeared. Caring. People have become very insular and selfish. They don't care too much for other people. And I'm not saying everyone, there's good people wherever you go, but the majority of people, it's like their lives are so much under pressure. They haven't got time to be nice. They just get to what they got to do. And if you get in my way, I'm going to be angry because I could be losing my job or I could be late for an appointment. Almost done, darling. I know Pook's ready to go now, aren't you? Do you want to just lay down and put your head on there and go to sleep? If she starts snoring, we'll let her know.
I think fancy something to eat, but it's too late. I'm getting cold now, you know.
Ah, hang on a minute. Yeah, it's getting a bit chilly out here, isn't it? We've got a fan on as well. In fact, you can go and turn the fan off if you want.
No, because the fly might come to
Oh
you.
yeah, the mosquitoes.
Yeah, they like.
Kurt from South Africa, Bitcoin is a great idea. Thinking of buying one day. Yeah, consider it, Kurt. And no one knows. No, anyone tells you they knows what Bitcoin's going to do. Anyone who tells you they know what the pound's going to do, the Aussie dollar, the US dollar. If someone tells you, I know it's going to do this, run a mile. Have nothing to do with them. No one knows. It's a game of probabilities, trading and working with Bitcoin. But I'm a strong believer in cryptos, and I've still invested in it, especially in this business. Jungle Book says, hi guys, do you have a builder you can recommend? Sorry, we don't. We work with 3 builders on this house.
We did
And,
say
earlier on in the video we mentioned it, and I won't recommend any builders. That's all I'm going to say. Kev in Naples, I spent 5 weeks in Thailand, just returned, lost weight at the start, and lost weight at the start, and then what? You're down in the Changs or the Leos or something, and it
Oh,
came
you
back
back
on.
to Chang again.
Reggie says, I watched your first ever video when you did the jog tour. That's right, we did our first video was when we were leaving Bexley, wasn't it? And we took people on our jogging route around Bexley and through the woods.
User, he's changing the username.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you look at our first ever video, you can see where we lived.
Yeah.
What a
Be
beautiful
jogging
little village
around.
it was. Yeah, the little church in the village. Lovely, really nice. Lovely place.
Roger Moore House.
I know Roger Moore's house, says Andy. It wouldn't surprise me, Andy, if you didn't decorate it. Andy, like I say, he's one of my best mates at school, Chris. Andy's his brother, living in the States now. A very, very talented painter and decorator, interior decorator, house decorator. And it wouldn't surprise me if you did a bit of decorating in Roger Moore's house, Andy. But I'm sure that you were probably up in some of those big houses. Wansant Road in Bexley is where Roger Moore lived. And there's some big old gaffs up there, plenty of money up in that area. What's that in Thai, baby? I can't read it.
Follow from No Time to Be Sad. Crap.
Yeah, absolutely. No Time to Be Sad is a great video, YouTube channel. Lots of rude people in the UK for sure. Is that where you're from, Nikki? Are you from the UK? Tommy J says, Pook is always so elegant, even when chopping down trees. There you go.
Oh, thank you very much.
Pook.
You be careful, my machete.
Machete girl. Pook. Here's an advert. Pook, the elegant machete girl.
Thank you very much.
Pook, the elegant lumberjack.
Next time I'm gonna chop the tree like what Nigella Lawson.
Oh dear. Hang on, chop the trees. Driving in Bangkok shows how polite people are. Driving anywhere. I've driven in Bangkok quite a few times, and although it's busy, it's still much more civilised than what life is back in the UK. It's like there was a film years and years ago, I think it was called Rollerball or something like that, and it was about how the world was going to be in years to come. That's what driving in London's like now. It's a hellhole, it really is.
Nikki from Windsor.
Oh, Windsor. Windsor's a lovely place, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, beautiful place. I used
We
to
went
spend
to Windsor Castle.
Yeah? And years ago, I used to spend a lot of time staying there. I stayed in a hotel. Nikki, you'll know a little village called Datchet. Do you remember Datchet, the little village we went to and we
Where
stopped
the-
by the stream?
Well, little dark there.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Datchet. And I used to stay in a hotel there. It was in a pub. And I used to go into Slough. ICI used to get me to go there when I had my... Slough. When I had my car repair business, I used to go there and do like testing on new paints for ICI and things like that. It was part of what I did with my car painting business. Datchet, lovely little, yeah, Datchet is lovely, Nikki, beautiful place. Where were we?
Down. Kept in.
Hang on, lived in Sheffield for a few months. Also, Caerleon, Wales for a year or so. Fond memories of my college days abroad. Beautiful. That's Uncle Craig, excuse me. Kevin Naples. I started smoking ganja and ate too much. So overall... Kev, who went to Thailand, spent a bit of time in Thailand, lost some weight when he first got there. Yeah, but he was
Right.
he was smoking too much pot over here, and it gave him the munchies, so he put on weight.
Ganja.
That's a great story. I love that, Kev. I really do.
Smoking ganja.
What a great story.
Ate too much.
Having a puff, getting the munchies, eating snacks, so he put on weight. give up the ganja, give up the weed, and get on the intermittent fasting, mate. You'll be fine. Painted loads of houses in London, big houses, yes, Andy. Oh, and also Andy said Roger Moore's house opposite Danson Park. That was the second house they had. The first house they had is actually in Bexley Village. And the one you're thinking of, Andy, was the big double-fronted white one facing Danson Park. That's right. Yeah, remember it well. And Andy, you might remember Danny Clenshaw. He lived just around the corner from that place. His dad had a big place there, a market trader on Woolwich Market. Danny Clenshaw, your brother will remember him, Danny. Hello, big hello from tropical Scotland. Pleased to hear it. Windsor, Datchet, Andy. Best thing I ever did was escape from the UK. You did, 21 years ago you got out of there, Andy, and I admire you for it. I know, some of the adversity and stuff like that, but I really did admire you for having the
Last
balls
flight.
and the guts. The last flight going over Udon Airport.
Or maybe land.
Having the guts to go and do something as brave as that. Because 21 years ago, back then, someone your age, I'm a few years older than you, considering doing something like that would have terrified me. And I really do admire you for it. And I'm pretty sure that things worked out really well for you. I hope you're happy out there. Really do. Well done. Never regretted it, says Andy. Okay, guys. Pook's getting restless. Where are you going? Where are you going, darling?
Let's go get the brooms.
She's going to get the broom. She's ready to do some work. What, are you sweeping up the flies up here, or?
Yeah.
There's no...
This is very nice now.
Uh-huh.
This corn dog beef.
It sounded like you said corned beef.
Dog beef.
Dog,
Beef.
dog beep, dog beep. Like
Farmer.
beep beep, like Roadrunner.
Yeah.
Like Jeff Carter. Beep beep.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, we're done. Bye, Nikki. Thank you so much. Yeah, you better get back to work. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been great.
Thank you, everyone.
Mr. Mitch, thank you so much. Thank you for your moderation. Thank you for your membership. We really do appreciate it. Raz, thank you for your membership
Merci
too,
beaucoup.
and all your support.
Gracias.
Bye, everyone.
Bella.
Raz, thank you so much, Raz. Nikki,
Sawadee
Okay,
ka.
guys, we'll see you again soon. Thank you so much.